My name's Dave DeBow, founder of MoneyPartnerFormula.com, and this show is built for everyday real estate investors who are actively doing deals and looking to scale using other people's money. So if you're an active real estate investor and you want to get featured on this show to talk about your own real estate and capital raising experiences, then just go to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now let's get rolling with this episode, and remember to subscribe for daily interview content. Hey folks, welcome back. Today I've got an old friend zooming in from beautiful Vernon, British Columbia. David Sorel is a real estate investor that I've known for a few years now, admire very, very much, because he and his wife, his lovely wife, Crystal, moved to Canada from Martinique. So here it is, a brand new country, different culture, definitely very different climate. And they've just really taken things by the reins and jumped into multifamily investing. So David, welcome to the show. Great to have you.
Hi, Dave. Great to be there with you.
Yes. All right, my friend. So tell us a little bit, what does your portfolio currently look like? What kind of properties, how many rental units, and where are they located?
Okay, so I started my portfolio in BC. So I have about 10 units in BC, and now I'm focusing on Alberta and Edmonton, Alberta. So I already have 20 units, a 20 unit building in Edmonton, and I'm actually in the process of acquiring 5 extra buildings for an extra $95.
Very exciting. That's a big growth since we last spoke, David. So let's back up a little bit. How did you first get started with real estate? What was that spark that inspired you?
So I'm from manufacturing, specialized in operational excellence. So basically, I've been building companies from scratch or in helping actual companies, actual businesses to grow. And I was in Quebec in 2017, and there was a contractor that was a neighbor of a friend of mine. He had that development, and he was struggling because he had an issue with the development itself and financing. So I was brought in to just optimize operation and find a solution with the city so we can move this forward. That was a success, and that got me interested in, well, there is some challenges there, and I should round my head about that. So basically, that's where I started to learn about real estate. And
Yeah, so
after
you
that,
kind
yeah,
of came in from a business consulting side of things. You'd worked with lots of different businesses before, helping to make them more efficient and more profitable. And then you saw this new to you business model of real estate development, and you saw the potential with that, and that's kind of what sparked you. Am I understanding that correctly?
correct, you are correct.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so you got sparked, you got inspired. What happened between that and you actually buying your first investment property?
So I took the time to learn because what costs you money is what you don't know, right?
Yeah.
So basically, I took time to learn from different mentors. And after that, I bought my first property. My first property was in 2020. Bought a duplex here in Vernon, so
Hmm.
in my backyard, and then this is where I started.
Very good. And then that duplex turned into what? What was the next property that you purchased?
So like 6 months later, I bought a fourplex. 3 months after that, I bought another fourplex, all of them in BC.
Different
And
areas of BC, not in
y-
Vernon, not in your
yeah,
backyard.
correct.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so so that was great, generating a lot of cash flow. So I stayed comfortable, and I decided to learn more about my limitation, my ceiling was about financing. I had
Hmm.
10 doors, and I was playing small, right? So I
Yeah.
wasn't in a commercial game yet for financing, which was a ceiling because the banks wouldn't partner with me anymore.
Right.
And
Right. Because you were buying smaller units and they didn't count that as commercial property because it was under 5 doors. So you had to qualify personally for those properties, just like if you're buying a house.
Exactly. And the
Yeah.
majority of the banks, they don't go over 8 doors. So
Yeah. Good,
basically,
good
that
old
was one of the
conservative banks, huh?
exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So then you decided to get into larger commercial multifamily. Tell me about the first deal that you did with those, David. Where was that?
So Edmonton. So
Yeah.
that was last year, and so we purchased a 20 units building.
Nice.
Yeah, so when we put it under contract, yeah, it was valued at 2.65 million. We bought it for 3.3, but we took management before, so we could start working on efficiency. And before the close, it was valued at 3.7 million.
Wow. So how long did it take for you to increase the efficiencies in order to bump it up to that value? It sounds like it was very fast.
Yeah, so we put it under contract in March
Yeah.
2024, and by end of June, it was valued at 3.7. We updated the valuation at 4.2 million last month.
Wonderful. So what did you do to increase the value so much in a short period of time?
So what we've done is, generally speaking, when properties are underperforming, this is related to management, right?
Yeah.
You have a lot of people who are investing their landlords, but they don't know how to run a business, right? So basically, they take this aside, thinking, well, if I build my portfolios, then I will have passive income, and the previous landlord was making money, right? Because he bought it quite cheap before COVID. But the thing is that property manager was lazy, so they wouldn't push rents to reach market value. They
Yeah.
wouldn't. There was a lot of deferred maintenance. So basically, our process is very clear. When we go for a building, we have criteria, right? So first, regarding the location, and that goes down to the neighborhood, we are looking at different KPIs, key performance indicators,
Yeah.
and basically we are looking for uh, population growth, job creation, crime rate. We want the crime rate to go down. We want
Yeah.
to see that the revenue in that neighborhood is going up. And basically, these are the criteria that we are considering. And on the building itself, we want a building where the rents are at least $200 below market value and with
So
at
what
least
was it
20
in the
years
case
growth.
of this building? How much below market value were the rents?
So we were around 280, 300 per
Wow.
door. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was huge.
That was huge. 20 units, is that correct?
20 units, yeah.
Okay. So that was the first thing. So you found a good neighborhood and you found a property that was being under, well, maybe fully tenanted, but under rented, under value for the rents. Okay. So then you got it under contract, but you decided to jump in and take over management before you even closed.
Yeah.
Why was that, David?
Well, because I'm fine with when I'm entering in a deal, I want this to be a win-win-win, right?
Yeah.
A win for my broker, a win for myself and my team, but a win for the seller as well. The seller needs to have something in for him, and in order to have that collaboration, so we can have something more creative and a better outcome for my investors, right? So basically, what my approach was like, okay, you are asking more than what the building is worth. So I'm willing to play that game with you. However, I need the building to reach that value before the close. So now we need to collaborate together, work, partner together. So I put more money on up front, I put money on the table because, of course, obviously, the guy needs to feel like you are serious. So I
Yeah.
have skin in the game. I put the money on the table and I say, okay, now do you trust me? Because the money I put as a deposit was worth 2 years of 2 years of operations, right? So I say, okay,
Sorry,
now
2 years of what?
of rents.
2 years of rents. That's what you paid
Yeah.
for a deposit. That's a big deposit, my friend.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
basically the idea is really about, well, whatever happened, you're covered. What the worst that could happen is that you lose your tenants, but you already have the money up front to cover for that loss, right? So I think
Okay.
it's a fair deal. And now, when we got to, okay, well, there is a trust, we build the trust, then we took over management and started to work on a plan. So list everything that was to be addressed as deferred maintenance, because if you raise the rent, because
Yeah.
we are being aggressive about rents increase, but for that you need to bring value, because value is made up, right?
Yeah.
Value is a problem. Price is a problem only in absence of value.
So what did you do to bring up the value in the eyes of the existing tenants that you wanted to increase their rent by about $300 a month? What kind of value were you able to bring to them?
So basically, what we've done is that in the first 3 weeks, that's part of our process. In the first 3 weeks, we want to impact. So basically, what we will do is to have a full inspection of the building and correct all the deferred maintenance. Broken windows, thermostats not working, and stuff like that. People are complaining, right? But things
Right.
are not being addressed. So solve all these issues, increase the level of security in the building, because security is kind of very important for people nowadays.
Yeah.
So we put cameras, we put access control, we put more light in the parking lots, we put LED lighting as well, so they feel like there is something for them. And after that, we say, okay, well, now we are the new management. These are the new rules for the building, and by the way, expect to receive the notices for rent increases.
All right. So lots that you did there, David. Very smart. Very, very lots that we could unwrap here. But the first thing I love is that you got creative about the pricing. Like the owner was asking more than the property was currently worth based on net operating income and the normal ways that you value a property. So instead of trying to get the owner to come down on the price, which everybody else does, instead you enlisted the owner to cooperate with you by turning over management of the property to you. You, in exchange, gave them a very generous, very large deposit, probably way more than I would have, the equivalent of 2 years of current rent from this 20 unit building. So that was a very, very big deposit. But, and then you went in and you spent even more money by fixing the place up, addressing all of the maintenance complaints that the tenants had, making it look nicer, making it more light, making it more secure, providing all of this high visibility value for the clients. And then you said, hey, there's a new sheriff in town. We are the new management of this business here, of this building. Here are the new rules. And by the way, we will be increasing your rent in the next month or two. I don't, so how long was it before you increased the rent?
Well, basically, straight after that, we increased
After you did
rents,
the
right? Yeah.
improvements.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I needed these rents so I could then have an appraisal, a new appraisal for the new value of the
Now,
property.
did you have to have 3 months of those new rents or did that not matter?
No, basically, what happened is that, well, we when we are going for financing, they will consider the notices
Okay.
for
That
the calculation for the NOI and the
so
value of the building.
how many tenants did you lose because of the rent increase, David?
7 out of 20.
7 out of 20. And how long did it take to fill those vacancies? Because that's
3 weeks.
3 weeks. All right. So not very long at all.
Well, it's just about everything is based on the team you are partnering with, right?
Yeah.
I think my superpower is really about finding people who are smarter and than me, in specific niches.
Yeah.
So we complement each other. I'm very good at operational excellence, building businesses and see the big picture. However, I'm not a property manager, for example. I'm relying on my property manager. She's fantastic, and basically she's the one who made this possible because she's got the process. She was behind me, and we work together. So basically, she started to line up people. So I have a wait list of people because she could show the value compared to other buildings in the neighborhood,
Right.
right?
Okay. Very
So
smart.
we had a lineup.
Yeah. So having a great boots on the ground person is very important. Like, I'm just curious. Usually, like having an on-site property manager isn't economically viable until you've got 100 units or more. So how does the compensation work for this person that's working as your property manager there?
Well, basically, I'm partnering with someone who's got a company as a property manager. She's
Okay.
licensed as a company manager. She's got her brokerage, and
Oh, I see.
yeah. So I'm not only clients.
Got it.
However,
Okay.
you have to find a partner who is aligned with your vision, which
Yeah.
is kind of hard when you become creative and stuff like that, because all of them are generally more conservative.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
So
yeah,
was the previous owner self-managing or did he have a different property management company working for him?
they are the property management company.
Okay, so you basically fired the old company. You found this new person who was willing to work with you and understood your vision and was willing to do things a little bit differently, and that's worked a lot better. Well, that is fantastic, David. Hats off to you for that. So, what are you looking at doing? We're doing this interview early 2025. What are your goals for this year? What projects do you have on the desk?
So actually, I'm working on a new portfolio, 95 units that I
So
have
it's a
under
whole, how many
contract.
different buildings for those 95 units?
Five buildings.
Five buildings. So give or take almost 20, an average, small multifamily type properties,
Yeah,
12 to 20 unit type things.
exactly. So
Nice.
generally speaking, I try to take 20 and above.
Yeah.
Reason for that is that if you make the math, if you do the math, 20 units times $200 per month gives you 4,800. So it gives you an extra value on the building of 960,000, which is about close to 1 million. So that's kind of my rule of thumb. When I move to a property, I want to make sure that I can push the
That you've
value
got
with
a minimum of $1 million lift.
exactly.
Yeah. Nice. All right. That's a good title for this episode. I like that. So keep going. Yeah. So you're looking for $1 million lift.
Yeah, and so basically, what I'm doing is that I'm partnering with accredited investors, raising money from them. So basically, I can give them some interest on their money.
Very good. No, that's exciting stuff. So when do you expect to close on this new portfolio, David?
That should be anywhere between April and May.
Nice. So very exciting stuff. So you've gone from having about, I believe, 10 units altogether in British Columbia. Then you've got your first larger multifamily with 20 units. So you basically, you know, tripled the size of your portfolio with that. Now
Yeah,
you're bringing down close to 100 units in this new portfolio. So again, you're going from 30 units to almost 100 more units. So you're just really growing exponentially, David. I'm so pleased for you. That's good for you, my friend. You must be very
thank you.
excited.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. Well, and hey, I can see so many of those business skills that you've developed over the years creating and helping businesses grow, and now just applying this to this new business model for you, which is multifamily real estate investing. I think you've got a very, very unique mindset for that, David. So that's huge value and understanding the importance of a team. So, David, I'm sure a lot of people would like to connect with you and find out more. Where should they go?
So basically, what they can do is to go to they can scan my QR code. and go to
Okay, but
my,
they might be listening to this on
yes,
audio. So
okay.
what's your
So
website?
davidsorel.com, davidsorel.com.
davidsorel.com. All right, David. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. Great to see you again, my friend. Say
Thank
hello
you.
to your lovely wife, Crystal. And I can't wait to hear how it goes with this new portfolio acquisition.
Thank you, my friend. See you.
All right, everybody, take care, and we will talk to you on the next episode. Hey there, I really hope you enjoyed that episode. And as always, if you want to listen to more daily interview content, make sure you subscribe. And if you're an active real estate investor and you're doing deals and you'd like to get featured on this show, then just head over to daveinterviewsyou.com. Now, at moneypartnerformula.com, we help real estate investors to create a process for predictably getting capital so they can do more deals without relying on hard money lenders or the banks. We do this by building them a private capital marketing system. Now, if you want help turning yourself into a big money capital attraction machine, then book a call with our team to see how we can help. Just visit moneypartnerformula.com to find out more. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the next interview.